If you could talk to Dr. King, if he was sitting in this chair where I'm sitting right now, what would you ask him?
That's a great question. I feel like I would ask him, what would he have done with Ella Baker? Because at the time, we know that, and if we don't know, Ella Baker was working hand in hand with Martin Luther King. She was the leader of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And I would ask him, you know, how would you work with Ella Baker, because she was working with Black students at the time, to continue to build a radical sense of thought towards what we're going through today in the present? Because of course we're not in the civil rights movement time period, but however we still feel the after effects of what has happened in that time period with things like incarceration. So I would ask, how would you engage Black students to make sure they have this radical mindset so that way they can continue to be future leaders today?
Martin Luther King appeared before you, and he gave you an assignment for this generation. What is your assignment?
I think my assignment would be, honestly, kind of what I'm doing currently. I believe that everyone, us as individuals, we should embody his legacy in everything that we do on an everyday basis, as opposed to, you know, waiting for that one person to, I guess, strike that change. We should be the change makers in our everyday lives, and that'll, you know, push the needle forward in the culture. So for me, I think my task would be kind of encouraging everybody to see the revolutionary within themselves, so that and the power that they hold within themselves and within their own community, within their own lives, to change, you know, their surroundings, to make a change, to kind of create their own legacy, to you know, kind of keep and continuing on with his work. So yeah.
What do you think Dr. King, or how do you think Dr. King would feel about rap music if he were alive today?
I guess it depends on who you're listening to.
I don't know. Tell me who you're listening to.
I like a lot of the West Coast artists. It's like,
so let's say he's listening to Lil Baby.
If you can register where they came from and the environment that they grew up in, then you should be able to resonate with what they have to say at this particular time in their life. They kids. His name is Lil Baby. So he's at a stage in his life where he's still growing and learning things. Now, if you got a Lil Baby out here at this time and then 10 years from now he's still on the same stuff, then you might have something to question. But if you always know who you're dealing with, then it shouldn't be a problem with who you're listening to, especially if you choose to listen to it.
Right.
And then we listen to like what? The J. Cole's.
Yeah, what do you think Martin Luther King, how do you think he'd feel about J. Cole or
people that
Chance the Rapper?
People that using a platform to promote social injustices, positivity, and things of that nature, I think he'd be all for it. I mean, our craft comes in so many different ways, so many different formats.
Yeah.
Rap is just one of those many different formats. So.